For your commercial voiceovers, kindly call or WhatsApp Margarine on 07840 745 42. Thank you.
Hello family, welcome back to another episode. It's free Documentary Uganda. Like, share, comment, and please do not forget to subscribe here to our YouTube channel for more videos. And today we bring you Kampala in 1860. Kampala is the capital and the largest city of Uganda. Kampala is located on the East African Plateau between the two arms of the East African Rift Valley and the northern limit, Tanzania Craton. The city proper has a population of 2,680,000 and is divided into 5 political divisions of Kampala Central Division, Kawempe Division, Machindia Division, Nakawa Division and Rubaga Division. Kampala's metropolitan area consists of the city proper and the neighboring Wakiso District, Mukono District, Mpigi District, Buikwe District and Luwero District. It has a rapidly growing population that is estimated at 6,709,900 people in 2019 by the Uganda Bureau of Statistics in an area of 3,263.3 square miles. In 2015, this metropolitan area generated an estimated nominal GDP gross domestic product of $48.8 billion, according to Shwantong Wang, which was more than half of Uganda's GDP for that year, indicating the importance of Kampala to Uganda's economy. Kampala is reported to be among the fastest growing cities in Africa, with an annual population growth rate of 8.03% by city mayors. Mercer, a New York-based consulting firm, has regularly ranked Kampala as East Africa's best city, leaving ahead of Nairobi and Kigali. Kampala originally referred to only the present-day Old Kampala Hill, on whose summit Fort Lugard was located, and the initial headquarters of the British colonial authorities in the soon-to-be Uganda Protectorate. Before the British construction of Fort Lugard, the hill was a hunting reserve of Kabaka, king of Buganda, and had several species of antelope, especially the impala. As a result, when the British colonial officials were allocated this hill by the then Kabaka of Buganda they refer to it as the Hill of the Impala. The Baganda, in whose territory this British settlement was located, then translated Hill of the Impala as Akasozi Kampala. This was then shortened to Kampala and finally Kampala. Kasozi means hill, K means of, and Impala the plural of Impala. Hence the name Kampala came to refer to this initial British colonial settlement that would later on spread out from the occupied Old Kampala Hill near the pre-existing Kibuga, capital of the Buganda Kingdom. This area of numerous hills and swamps that later became known as Kampala was part of the core of the highly centralized Buganda Kingdom. It was also the site of the shifting Kibuga, also the capital of the different Base Kabaka, kings of the Buganda Kingdom, with each Kabaka upon coronation or subsequently during their reign setting up their Kibuga on a new or different hill as they wished or desired. The first written description of this Kibuga was by the explorer Sir Richard Burton in his book The Lake Region of East Africa, published in 1909. On the information collected by Sneh bin Amil, an Arab trader, described the Kibuga as The buildings are of cane and rattan. The Sultan's Kabaka Palace is at least a mile long, and the circular huts, neatly arranged in a line, are surrounded by a strong fence which has only 4 gates. The Chibuga was at Bandabarogo, present-day Banda Hill, and the reigning Kabaka was Mutesa I. In 1875, explorer Henry Morton Stanley reported the capital as being explorer Henry Morton Stanley reported the capital as being at present-day Rubaga Hill, where he met the same Kabaka Mutesa I. During this visit, Stanley wrote a letter that was published in the Daily Telegram inviting missionaries to come to Buganda. He also described the Chibuga in his 1870s dispatches to the New York Herald. Thus, as we approached the capital, the highland of Busabala increased in width from 20 feet to 150 feet. Arrived at the capital, I found the vast collection of huts crowning the eminence were the royal quarters, around which ran several palisades and circular courts, between which and the city was a circular road ranging from 100 feet to 200 feet in width, with gardens and huts. In 1877, the first missionaries from the Church Mission Society, who were the Protestant faith, arrived from the United Kingdom and were allocated Namirembe Hill. 2 years later, in 1879, the Catholic White Fathers also arrived, first settling at the present-day village of Chitebi near Rubaga. Subsequently, they would be allocated Rubaga Hill. The arrival of these 2 missionary groups laid the ground for the religious wars of 1888 to 1892 between their new converts, and forced the missionaries from Great Britain to then lobby for the British government to take over Buganda or Uganda as a protectorate. In 1890, Frederick Lugard, an agent of the Imperial British East African Company, arrived in Buganda during the reign of Kabaka Mwanga II, with whom he signed a treaty of protection by the British government over Buganda, and the Chibuga, the capital, was located at Mengo Hill. Captain Lugard would later on be allocated the Kampala Hill that would soon be known as Old Kampala, and on which he built a fort. In 1895, Mengo Senior School, the first school offering Western education in Kampala, was opened by the Church Missionary Society at Namirembe Hill, where mostly the children of chiefs and pages of the royal palaces were students. In 1897, Mwanga launched a rebellion but was defeated and was subsequently captured and exiled. In 1899, to the Seychelles Island along Omukama Kabalega, and his 3-year-old son was made Kabaka by the combined forces of the European officers, leading Nubian and Baganda colonial soldiers. This state of affairs later culminated in the signing of the Buganda Agreement 1900 that formalized British colonial rule in Buganda. Also in 1897, Kampala's first Western-style health facility, Mengo Hospital, was opened on Namirembe Hill by British doctor and missionary Sir Albert Cook. In addition, Sir Albert Cook would in 1913 found Mulago Hospital, the current National Referral Hospital at Mulago Hill. In 1899, the Missionary Sisters of Our Lady of Africa founded Rubaga Hospital on Rubaga Hill. Due to Kampala's hilly nature and tropical climate, the valleys have slow rivers, swamps that tend to flow southwards towards Lake Victoria or northwards. Seasonal and permanent swamps cover 15% of Kampala's land area. They include Chiwanataka Swamp River covering an area of 1.5 kilometers squared, flowing southwards into Lake Victoria and is located in Nakawa Division. Notcheville Swamp River covering an area of 5.29 kilometers squared, flowing southwards to Lake Victoria from the foothills of Makerere and of length 9 kilometers. Luigi Swamp covering an area of 2.85 kilometers squared, flowing westwards from the foothills of Chisasi into Mayanja River. Kasanga Swamp, Chetinda Swamp, Kasanga Swamp and Chetinda Swamp.